Well, the day is not off to a good start. I'm going to try to fix that by hopping on the T7 and going to check on the 1200. Maybe fire that bike up and go for a little ride. I got the 1190 out this morning, get started on the rear rim gasket and band. As I parked it here by the snowblower, it tipped over on me to the right. And the windscreen, of course, had to snap. We'll take care of that another day. Just waiting on these to arrive, and we'll get this all put together. I may have to sell that bike. I just have not had good luck with it since I purchased it a few years back. It's just so dang addictive. I love riding that KTM, but financially, not a great decision. Let's roll over to the shack across the street where I keep the 1200 and see if that bike fires up. And we're off. We have arrived at shack number 2. This one hasn't been fired up for a good 2 months now. It has the anti-gravity lithium battery. It's a little weak. Alright, let's get her warmed up and hop on. Might as well get this other box off. I'm not gonna ride around with one on. It is so limited on space in here. These are the Touratech boxes. Alright. Give her a good 5 minutes just to warm up, and we're off. I'll take you for a short cruise down the canyon. I really forgot how comfortable this bike is. Highway cruiser, that's for sure. If you're looking to go coast to coast, this is the bike to be on. So why did I purchase a Tenere 700? Well, I've been eyeing those bikes since they were first released in 2021 here in the States, but I just could not get my hands on one. So it's been on the wish list. And why do I own a Tenere 1200? Well, the 1190 broke down on me in New Mexico. Fuel pump regulator. I didn't know at the time what the heck was going on. A pretty simple, easy fix. I was in such a time crunch to get down to San Diego to ride Baja with Dewey of Dewey Rides. I went out and I found this bike last minute with what, like 28,000 miles when I purchased it last May. It currently has 35,500. Not one hiccup. Runs fantastic. It's just too big of a bike for what I'm looking for. I was doing coast to coast, around the world rides, not too much off-road. That's the only problem with this bike. It's so heavy. It just feels very bulky off-road as well. The Tenere 700 is perfect for what I'm going to use it for. I really like doing a lot of off-road, some more technical stuff. The downside with the 700, it is definitely not as comfortable as this bike on the highway. This bike I did, my longest run was from Presidio, Texas, right by Shafter, Texas. So that's right on the border of Mexico and Texas. And I did a straight shot from there to home here in northern Colorado. That was almost 800 miles. I mean, it was still a long ride, but comfort-wise, no issues with this bike. If I could afford owning both of these, the 700 and 1200, I would probably do that. There's always going to be some kind of compromise, especially in this ADV motorcycle world. You can't have it all. You know, tire-wise, bike-wise. It's just, it's hard to have one bike that can do everything the way you want it to. But the Tenere 700, I think that's the bike for me for this next season. There's just no way you can win. Hit all the check marks. Better off-road, better on-road. I think we're all just waiting for that unicorn bike to come out, but realistically, is there ever gonna be a unicorn bike? I don't know. I really don't think so. Nice growl to it. I'm gonna flip around here, because this bike is not plated. I'm not gonna risk going into town with it. Here we go. Yeah, both of these bikes are fantastic. I mean, in their own way, right? One's better for more highway use, one's better for more off-road use. It is windy. It is windy. Currently on the bike are the Trail Max Missions, which are a great tire. They last and last and last. I did some off-road riding in Mexico with the bike. They performed fine. We didn't do anything too crazy. But if you're doing mostly highway, these things are awesome. I wish I could keep both of these bikes. They're just such reliable machines. This is a 2012, by the way. So it is the first gen Tenere 1200. I'm not really sure of the changes throughout the years. All I know is the turn signals on the 1200 were just such a fantastic design. Yamaha decided to use those for the Tenere 700 in the last couple model years. Those turn signals had to go on the 700. They don't look bad on this bike because the bike is just bulkier looking, but on the 700, I couldn't stand looking at them, so I upgraded to whatever Camel ADV was selling. Fucking windy. I'm gonna get going back. Throw this back to the shack. At least this thing is still running fine. The battery might have charged up a little bit, so that's good. And hopefully we'll sell this thing in the spring. I'm not sure what bike will show up next in the shack, but I got a few in mind. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the next one.